How'd your situation go, by the way, Alvin?
What situation?
Tornado stuff.
Went, did some stuff in London, Kentucky. Not great because the issue with a lot of these communities is that they're not well off communities by any stretch of the imagination. And they've been hit by multiple things in a row. So, like, families have not had much time to recover from the previous round of tornadoes and then the flooding. And then there was more flooding. And then there's another tornado. Like, there are sections of town that are completely leveled. So,
Yeah.
doing what we can. We'll continue to do what we can, but
Is that a
it's
part
it's
of
fine.
is that like a part of like a work initiative or like just something that you do in your own like town?
Both at this point.
That's what's up, man. And they get involved in the community for real, for real.
It's also different how, like, as a city boy, quote unquote, like they're so much more self-sufficient with that kind of stuff. Like, they're out there on like heavy machinery themselves. Like, they're like, yeah, we got an excavator out there, and I'm just gonna run it up there with my dad. And I'm like, oh shit,
Okay,
I need to
okay.
I need to learn how to work the excavator. I need to learn how to work
It's
the
useful,
backhoe.
man. I got one of my like heavy machinery plant licenses, and I definitely am trying to get more because that shit it turns up in weirdly fucking useful ways.
Is this
Yeah, like
recent? Like that's such a thing to drop on us. Yeah, I got my heavy machinery license. One of them,
I mean,
Like,
I've had a forklift license for a little while, but it's like I definitely want to get other ones because it's you find it useful in, like you said, like, oh cool, there's an excavator. I got the car for that. Let me hop on this and help move this debris or whatever. It just shows up in weird.
The shit that
ways.
also threw me was how many people could drive bigger like dump trucks, which was probably the most important between having excavators readily available and bigger dump truck access. That was probably like the most important thing of like my facet of what I've been doing. And the fact that so many people were just, yeah, I'll just hop in the fucking dump truck and just like drive that shit was also kind of crazy to me because I was terrified. It was one of my big fears that somebody was going to be like, Alvin, you're responsible. You just go drive the dump truck to the dump site. And I was like, oh, fuck, now I got to drive.
oh, shit. Oh, no, sir, I cannot.
You sitting 2 floors up, like, oh shit! I sure hope I do. I put the indicator on. How the fuck do I use this fucking thing?
I know, right?
Yeah,
this motherfucker backed this shit out. I was like, there's no way in the world I would have been confident at doing that.
No, on a fucking dump truck, just
I was like, oh my god,
oh shit! Just knocked over a whole building, knocked the curb entirely off its fucking hinges.
And then the other thing, the amount of the people who were okay in that situation were willing to like provide like food, water, coffee. Like there was no shortage of like somebody just coming around and being like, oh, we got donuts, oh, we got bagels, oh, like here's some pizza, oh, you guys need some waters. Like other people who were physically doing things. So the community definitely rallied around it as much as they possibly could. But again, not a great situation for anybody.
Yeah. That is one great thing about being in the country. It's like the resourcefulness of the people in the community, like just everything you said. Like, because I got a homeboy who, when we had those hurricanes a couple months ago down in Douglas, Georgia, his house got wrecked pretty bad. Well, not pretty bad, but like his house definitely got some effects, and like the neighborhood was messed up. And then he was talking about like the trees that fell. The neighbors out there with chainsaws, they had got their little heavy machinery and shit out there, just moving the trees out there themselves. Like, you don't see this type of shit in Atlanta. You got to wait for the city to come and do it.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, niggas out there, like, right after, like, getting active.
That's the thing that I've been thinking about a lot. Like, just, and I don't know if this falls into that, but like vigilante,
vigilante
public works. You know what I'm saying?
Vigilante
What's the word
public
I'm looking
services.
For? Yeah, vigilante public service. Because
vigilante public services is crazy.
Because I don't know if that's the right word for it, but
just remove vigilante out of it.
No, because you need that modifier there because sometimes what you're doing is considered illegal by the like municipality that you're in, and so there's actual like legal consequences to what you're doing. Maybe vigilante isn't the right word, but when I think about people who are like, yeah, we fill potholes in our city because the city don't fucking do it. It's illegal for us to do it, but we do that. Or the city won't help us get development for fiber optic internet, so we put in, satellites, Google Fiber, whatever, to get high-speed broadband internet to our neighborhood in an effective way.
That
this
is
shit is illegal.
hilarious. That is like if niggas could actually do that shit, that would be crazy. If niggas just could like go to Home Depot and get Google Fiber and put that shit in the community, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
also like
well,
and like
that
But
wasn't
I mean, I get what
hypothetical.
you're saying.
No,
I know it's
that
like
wasn't a hypothetical. Just to clarify, like that is a
niggas
thing that
actually
was
doing it. Niggas installing
niggas
fiber
did that,
optics.
and it was and the government said that's illegal and made them rip it back down. Like that's
So-
a
so
thing that
there-
happened. Those were examples.
so for example, I mean those as examples, I think that's there's probably layers to what they were tapping into in order to get that, right? Because if I just go down and lay down fiber optic cable, I still have to get a data source from somewhere.
Yeah, they weren't digging into the ground.
Yeah, but but I'm just saying, even if I lay it, so digging into the ground also, to your point, has city ordinance, because you might hit pipes, you might hit lines, blah blah blah, depending on where you are residentially. But also, like if I just like have like fiber optic cable laying on my property, where am I getting the signal from? I imagine that's probably more of an issue than them doing that. But in terms of like adding satellite, like HughesNet, Starlink, and all that kind of stuff, that is, you just described Eastern Kentucky.
That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I was like, because I'm like, that's such.
But not to harp on that example too much. Yeah, not to harp on that example too much, because I think that takes away. I think that takes away from your general point of like, like what's the threshold in which it becomes illegal, and if like the laws are doing their job, not saying that they always do, but if the laws are doing their jobs, dangerous to do some of this stuff when it's not regulated, right? So I take into that same kind of vein, cutting down trees, right?
That was
a lot of yep. a lot of people cut down trees on their own property, which is not illegal, by the way. Like, you can cut down trees on your own property, but if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, like there's a reason why like you have specialists to do that shit. People hurt themselves all the time doing it on their own property. So I do think there's something to limiting that vigilantism from a safety perspective, to be sure.
See, but and this is why I use the word vigilante. I think there might be another word, but I hope, Josh, you're getting why I'm like, that word is or something similar to it is necessary
in terms of the context. I mean,
okay, yeah, true.
It was funny. It was a wild.
Like, just think about like a vigilante man in the neighborhood.
Man,
installing fiber optics.
Niggas really out here fixing shit illegally. Right. No, because I've done that. So it's not cutting down shit on your own property, but I've done where there's something on a public site that's growing into public space where it's like, this is a tree that's blocking a sidewalk, blocking a bike path. And I've been like, I've got hedge clippers. Like, I've got battery powered hedge clippers. I can cut this shit. I don't have to, I could have a conversation with the warehouse owner, and I could talk to the city and be like, hey, can y'all remove it? Or I can get my own fucking construction vest that I've got at the crib, put that shit on, show up to the spot, and just cut this bitch down. Nobody says anything. Go the fuck home. Cool. Now the bike path is clear. Like, it's on some James Bond shit, it is definitely not legal, but it's necessary. And to your point about the whole, like, sometimes it's dangerous, it's like, yeah, but if the city is not doing it, if the city's not taking care of your neighborhood, and it's like, yeah, John down the street, he's got his scissor lift thing, and Tina down here, she can drive a fucking bulldozer. We can do this shit safely. The city's not doing it at all. Sometimes you got to take it into your own hands, and I feel like there's a place for that. And well, I guess really it's an indication of the city failing, to address something, so the people just do it themselves. But it's vigilante shit, really.
Got your Batman.
Is really what Batman should be doing. Like, this motherfucker's out here beating up poor people.
He really should just be filling potholes.
I mean, honestly, he's just making them all over the city. It's actually fucked up.
Just making them. The Batmobile can drive clean over them mugs. So
I know he don't give a fuck about nothing. It's like,
he's not bothered at all.
Yeah,
niggas would not be working for the Joker if this nigga just like helped some of the bodegas in Gotham get off their feet. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
This is a program. They wouldn't be turned to crime.
Hell yeah, shoot. Just
everybody knows this.
Hand out chopped cheeses like Nino Brown with turkeys. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Be doing.
I know the trunk on that Batmobile big as fuck.
Yeah. Every one of them the Aki way, like Alvin said. Hell yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Join that community. Help your boys out, especially if you love the long form content on your commutes, at work. If you just want to like drown your boss out for a good hour plus change, you know what I'm saying? Escape for a long break. You know what I'm saying? You'll have that there for you, ready to go. with that bonus content and the full length episodes. There's also additional nuggets, tomfoolery, all sorts of shit that just doesn't make it into the clips too. So you'll also have access to the Discord Waving the Red Flag community. It's a community of sane niggas and then sane women too. So hey, how often do you come across that? So make sure you help your boys out and subscribe. Join that thing. We in here. $5 a month, baby. It ain't expensive. Let's go. Thank you to everybody that already signed up and joined. We appreciate you.
This nigga said we got sane women. Who would have thought?
We got sane women too.
I know what you meant, though. I know what you meant.
I ain't want, you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to come back, just keep coming down on the niggas, you know.
Oh shit.
And you know what? Fair point. Fair point.
It's a red flag.